Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Today is August 4th. Bitcoin is looking strong, $2,800. Bitcoin Cash, on the other hand, is right at the bottom of, a huge free fall down at 250. If you notice right there on the bottom, I do have a hold status on Litecoin Dash, and at this point, Bitcoin Cash. We'll get into that in a little bit, but if you have not sold your Bitcoin Cash, you probably don't want to sell it right now, and you'll see why in a little bit. Just a quick update this month. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. As you will see, I am the boss of these charts, and so much that we have a global community joining us for these nightly videos. We got about 2,500 new subscribers this month. So do yourself a favor, jump it forward, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you already did that, make sure you hit that little bitty bell. Every day I jump on here for the people to get here early. They have a chance to win free cash. Straight out my wallet, payable in Bitcoin. Every day live on the air, I give them a chance to try to win some free Bitcoin from my wallet to theirs. So make sure you turn your bell on, hit that little bell. I might jump on here at 1 in the morning one time just for my people in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? Help them out with their mid-afternoon tea. In addition to that, we do have a Facebook group, about 7,000 people. We will get to that in a little bit as well. bossofbitcoin.com. Check it out when you get a minute. Your boy is trying to get set up for this global community. Let's get this money. If we look at this little slider, one of the things I think about is a scene. My motivation for this whole little segment here is a scene from Training Day when Denzel Washington looked over and the dude, he was in the car, and he looked over at him. He said, "This is chess, it ain't checkers." Well, that's exactly how I feel right now. A lot of people are looking at the market like, it's just a simple, buy and sell, up and down kind of deal, when it's a lot more variables, in this equation than a lot of people realize. So with this whole Bitcoin Cash thing, a lot of people think that it's a fraud coin and it's a scam and all this and that and this and that. Let me tell you something. Scams don't go from 0 to 1,200 on day one. So that's just number one, and if you're setting yourself up as a trader, if I'm setting myself up for long-term profitability, I don't care. How the coin came into existence. I really don't. I don't care, like Ant-Man and all these people, whatever they decided behind closed doors. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is if I buy, is it going to go up? And when I sell, is it going to go down? That's all I want to know. And right now we're about to jump into this chart, but I just want to let you know, scared money don't make none, and it's a lot of scared money out there with Bitcoin Cash. A lot of y'all, sold it at 400 when it came out, when you first got your hands on it. Then that thing shot up to 1,200 and you wishing you had it, and you probably bought it back at 900, and now it's down to 250, and you sitting there stuck like Chuck. Scared money don't make none, and big bank take little bank 7 days out the week. And let me show you how the big bank is looking right now at this market. This is Bitcoin Cash to the USD. This is TradingView.com. If this is your first time tuning in, I have a playlist right there in the description, a link in the description, called How to Chart Like a Boss. I use 3 trend lines, a 7, a 21, and a 77. 7 is the green, 21 is the red, and the 77 is the orange, and that little white one is a 263. I think if I hit that little button right there, you can see I'm a 231 just for the white one. And that's more of a global momentum line right there. So what we see with Bitcoin Cash right here, we see that it went up and it went right back down, right back down. But this is why I say you probably don't want to sell it. If you have it right now, you probably want to hold it, because the fundamentals speak, and they are supporting Bitcoin Cash right now, in so much that we just simply draw our trend line. I'll redraw these trend lines for you guys. Our first point is green above the orange. Our next point, green below the orange. And again, this is tradingview.com. This is a 7-minute chart. This is all the information you're going to have, the most information you're going to be able to get about Bitcoin Cash. Because, you know, if we look at the daily chart, you know, it's nothing there. It's literally a blip. But once we jump down inside of 7 minutes, this thing becomes a work of art. And your boy is the Picasso of the charts. So let's show you how you can make some money just understanding the fundamentals, right? Built into these charts already within 2 or 3 days on the market. We about to make some money with Bitcoin Cash, right? So we got our green up and our green down. That gives us our baseline uptrend, right? That's our baseline uptrend. Green up, green down. Over here, we find our quick downtrend right there. Green down, green down. That's more or less a very, very quick downtrend. So when it breaks down, that's the slope that it's going to take, right? And what do we see right off the bat? When I connect those two lines, you see sometimes the chart, it just tells you if you're on the right track to doing something right. Even if I do, well, since I did, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the intersections. I'm going to go to green down against the red, green up against the red. Since we did our intersections like that up there, now we have a standard set of trend lines. Normally I do the green up to break out the breakdown, but essentially up here, I wanted to match. So we did the intersections up here. So I do the intersections down there. But guess what happens? As soon as I do that, look where they meet at. Bam. What is that? That is called a local maximum. Essentially, what we're doing with Bitcoin Cash inside of 7 minutes is we are understanding and pinpointing the framework that it's built around. The ceilings, the floors, and now we know the walls, one of the walls, right? Where it turns over at. And look at how beautiful that is. Like, this is why when I get a good chart, look at that symmetry. Like, if any of y'all ever took math class, that's like, you can't make that up, right? That is the chart telling the chart what it can do. That is called fractal geometry. That is called harmonics, conscious geometry, right? That's all I talk about, is that these markets are a living, breathing organism. And as a living, breathing organism, they have energy. All we're doing is measuring the variances of the energy at local extremes and local maximums. And that is a perfect 3D plane. That's pretty impressive right there. All right, so I digress. Sorry about that. But what we see, again, let me take this off. What we see right here on the chart, just in two trend lines, 4 circles, we done split this thing up perfectly, and we get the point where the orange peaked out at, and everything started to break down. See that? So essentially what we did is we found the tipping point. This is more or less the midway point for the trend lines, for the intersections. We'll get more on the actual spot in a second. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, once you understand the momentum that's built in these charts. Remember yesterday we drew our parabola? There it goes again. And guess what else we have now that's building up? Up, up, up. It hasn't been completed yet. But on this line, we have another parabola that's building. And so all we're doing is we're taking this data that appears random, appears chaotic, appear in disorder and, you know, disarray. We're organizing it and putting it together nice and neat and giving it some rules to follow. That's what we do, right? So now we have two trend lines. We understand that this is the local maximum, more or less a tipping point, and we are very, very, very much suppressed on that dovetail all the way down there. For those of you that know statistics, you know the dovetail and 6 sigma, and this is essentially 3 sigma, an extreme point, right? If we drew this thing as an entire system, right, and we go, oh boy, that's bad. Trying to draw this freestyle real quick. If we drew this as, you know, one standard distribution like that, essentially what we have now on that dovetail, that would be probably breakout 1. This would be sigma 2. This would be 3. This would be 4. And that's almost a perfect 6 sigma right there. As far as the weight goes, even with the extremes up there, we match it with the low extremes down here. And all we're doing is showing that what goes up must come down. Everything must have a point of gravity, a point of equilibrium, a tipping point. And now what I'm thinking is Bitcoin Cash is so low that in order for it to do anything, it's going to have to start a new cycle. This is essentially one complete circuit of Bitcoin Cash that happened, you know, within 2 or 3 days, right? If we look at Ripple's chart, you will see Ripple, you know, look like this over the course of, like, you know, it broke out, had a little peak, and then it tails off. Every major breakout bubble looks like this, and Bitcoin Cash is no exception. But when you get on the other end of that bubble, when the entire market has given up on something and doesn't respect it for anything, that is not a time to be desperate. That's a time to be determined and to understand that, you know, just like in statistics, what goes up must come down. Well, in markets, especially fair markets, what goes down must go up. And why do I say that? What other reasoning or logic do I have just outside of mere speculation? Because there, people might say, you know, Bitcoin Cash is a ish coin and it's not worth anything and it's a scam, and, you know, Americans don't support it. They're all the ones who dumped it on the market. You're absolutely right. But guess what? Guess what? Where'd these people go that supported it over here? Where are they at? Did they disappear? Did they, you know, go to Mars inside of 2 days? They're waiting very, very patiently. And you can see this thing is just basically stepping down the ladder. Remember what I told you about, like, Ethereum and Litecoin walking the dog? That's all Bitcoin Cash is doing right now. And what we see we're at is we just passed the last possible step down, and now this thing is entering an entirely new space. And what happened the minute it finally got out that system? We had a little jump. And just like an entire forest fire, an entire forest can be brought down with one spark. Sometimes that's all you need to ignite a monumental force in the market. And that came at the last possible hour inside that dovetail. So this is why I say, if you have Bitcoin Cash, you most certainly do not want to sell it right now. You know, if I could put up that Flavor Flav logo, it would be, don't believe the hype. If everybody is telling you it's a piece of garbage and it's going to the floor, well, you better become the trash man and go picking up from every curb you see. You know, when Warren Buffett said it best: when people are fearful, you need to be greedy. When people are greedy, you need to be fearful. This is a lot of fear down here. And just the same as, you know, the fork happened, and, you know, a lot of people speculated on that. This is speculation, but it's grounded in a psychological understanding of the market, and more so in the fundamental knowledge that there are several factors at force here, and this is a strong market right here, a very strong market, and that does not disappear inside of 24 hours. In fact, the next time it comes out, it will be running. Hold on, because I can show you how it works. This is a straight line linear distribution system. So once we finally break out completely from that system, when more or less when these channels cross right there, that's when we'll officially be done with that first little breakout and break down that bubble. But guess what? That then becomes our new ceiling. And as you can see, it gets pretty high pretty quick. This is how markets work. It's going to be suppressed for a while. It's going to spike up in here. And then eventually, once it does something like that, come down, it's a lot easier to get up there. But because we did it already one time, because that was essentially our floor before, now it's going to become our ceiling. This is how markets work. This is how Dash worked. This is how Ethereum broke out. The charts talk to themselves, and they tell themselves what they can and what they cannot do in the future. And just looking, you know, at the market, again, you can say it's garbage. Let me tell you a secret. Garbage coins don't make it up that high on the list. Chain bang coin, whatever it was, whatever that Ponzi scheme was, y'all was throwing y'all money in, never saw the top 5 ever. $4 billion, twice the value of Litecoin right now. And almost what, 8 times the price, 6 times the price. So that means Litecoin is undervalued technically, depending on how you look at it. But that's a conversation for another day. If you're in the chat right now, do me a favor, shout your country out. All I wanted to do was give you guys a quick rundown of Bitcoin Cash. As you can see right now, it was at 250. Now it's at 260. To still be inside this system, statistics and the market, it can't technically get lower than around 240. Sorry, 200, technically 210, 220, somewhere in there. Now, I'm not saying that it can't break that. It definitely can break that, but that will mean it's in a new system down here somewhere. But in order for it to stay in here, put it this way, if it does not break $220, then it has a very, very good chance of going to 1,200 inside of 30 days. And that's all I'm saying. So you probably don't want to sell it, because that's 6 to 1 on a 30-day ROI, which is by far one of the best in the market. Bay Area Big Dave want me to do an LTC video. I got you. I'm trust me, it's in the works. I just had a Litecoin chart up in the Facebook group. So that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. You know, this is our Facebook group. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations. You are now rocking with the best. You know, I live in these charts 7 days a week. I'm on here trying to make some money, trying to get paid, in so much that I got a whole squad with me, 6,000 deep, right? And we on these groups every day, you know. So that's one of the beautiful things. This is the Bitcoin Cash chart I put up a little bit earlier. One of the other guys put up an Ethereum chart looking like it's solid right now. This guy put up a Digibyte chart looking pretty good, you know. So it doesn't matter what coin it is. If it look like we gonna make some money, then we go share that knowledge and we go make it together. You know, every day is Thanksgiving in this group, because every day somebody eats. And when we eat, we break bread together, you know, as a unit, as one. And again, if you in the chat, shout your country out. I'm about to give you some love right now. Again, if you appreciate this kind of insight and knowledge, you will most certainly appreciate the opportunity you have on the website, bossofbitcoin.com. You can set up a one-on-one meeting with me. It's $25 just to put on some time in my calendar. You'll get more details in the email if you want to do that. In addition to that, the profit package, guys, this thing has been blowing up. This is a little top 10 list I put together that really understands the market, the insight, the psychology, you know, the breakouts, the breakdowns that will happen inside the next 30 days. I take my time putting this together. It took about 2 months, you know, putting together when we were sitting sideways between 28, 29, 21. You know, I was studying every day. And now that I understand, you know, how this thing is put together, what we look like moving forward in the next 12 to 24 days, you got a chance. If you're trying to be profitable, $25, and you will understand the enlightenment behind my selection, and you'll be able to start to make some on your own. With that being said, let's jump into our community and see who we got on the line right now. Boom! What's going on? Let's see who we got. Norway, Texan, Slovenia, Canada, right? Lafayette, Louisiana. What's up? Saudi, Slovenia. 2 times for Slovenia. Big Dave in the Bay Area. I see you. SoCal, West Coast is big in the building. New Jersey is big in the building. Angola in the house. Let's see. Who we got? New York. What's going on, Jacob? I feel you, man. Holding it down for the boss one time. Canada's in the building. Australia, right? Who else we got? The moon. Jackie Watt says she on the moon right now. Canada, Croatia, Venezuela, Saudi, Texas, right? Kazakhstan, right? We got Kazakhstan rocking hard. That's how you chart a boss. Big Joseph, I feel it, man. Thank you for the love. $2 tip. Bam, I need to go, you know what I'm saying? Go buy me a drink somewhere in Atlanta. Got $2 shots. I'm gonna go get one on you. I appreciate it, brother. You know, Australia, Montreal, as you can see, man, we are a global community. The doors are always open. You know, we try to get money together. We try to break bread together. We keep it positive. We keep it empowering, you know, and we support each other. I try to make this thing fun. I try to make it enlightening. You don't have to be bored out your mind to make no money, you know, listening to somebody describe a chart. So it's real simple, guys. You know, if you appreciate this content, all I ask you to do is subscribe and share. You know, hit that little button. If you're trying to win some cash, click that little bell, come on 10 minutes early, and I'm giving away cash. I try to give away cash every day live on the air. If you know somebody that will benefit from this type of knowledge, copy and paste the URL, text it to them, tweet it, re-steam it on Reddit, post it, whatever. I don't care. This is free knowledge, you guys. One of the reasons I went and got a patent on it is so I can keep it free, so that nobody else can repurpose it, rebrand it, put a bow on it, and call it theirs. Well, guess what? The boss came up with it right now, and that's why I got that patent. You guys can use it for free because you're using it to empower yourself. You know, as long as you don't go out there trying to repackage it and call it yours, you good. So with that being said, y'all, it's that time of the day. No matter where you stay, from Brazil to the Bay in California, all the way back up through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. I appreciate your time. If you appreciate mine, like, subscribe, and share. Until we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.